Good afternoon and welcome to our webinar. This is the 3-week retirement from sugar anybody can do. Deb Weyland, are you there?
I am here. Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Yay, I'm glad you're here because
I'm
we've done
happy to be here.
with people and for people for several years now, and
Mm-hmm.
we have some suggestions and some ideas
Right.
to help you stay on track for 3 weeks. Your perspective has so much to do with you completing your goals. So if you're looking in the mirror and you're going, oh my God, but your puppy says you are so beautiful, I think you need to make a shift here. You need to accept the fact that you are beautiful and loving inside and out. That certainly will help
Mm-hmm.
you complete your 3 weeks, right, Miss Deb?
Oh, yes. Being positive about yourself really helps. Puppy love. How cute.
Yes. And we did the webinar
Uh,
tonight that is posted on HugFest 1.
I'm sorry.
We did a webinar last night on the emotions associated with eating and
Mm-hmm.
associated with having to reach for our habits. And that's
That's right.
posted on Facebook on Hug Fest 1.
Oh, good.
And when the world
Excellent.
feels like an emotional roller coaster, steady yourself with simple rituals. Do the dishes, fold the laundry, water the plants. Simplicity attracts wisdom. Because when you go off sugar, totally off sugar, you need some new patterns. You need to pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to all the trips to the cupboard, all the trips to the refrigerator. Why are you going there? What was your
Mm-hmm.
motivation?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, and we know,
sugar.
yeah, sugar is 8 times as addictive as cocaine. Wow. 8 times. And what's interesting is that while cocaine and heroin activate only one spot for pleasure in the brain, sugar lights up the brain like a pinball machine. And it really does put our brain on fire with a lot of extra activity and very, very addictive. And that's why we get in those cycles.
Yeah, and this particular image was shared by Dr. Mark Harmon, who's really good
Mm-hmm.
about diet and health. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
selling any of his products. I'm just telling you where I steal some slides. The
Mm-hmm.
thing that I really need you to get, please, is that you can check yourself online, ask for, you go that little line that says Google, CT scans of brains on sugar, brains on heroin, brains on alcohol. It's all out there. And I don't have
Mm-hmm.
to reproduce those things for you because it's readily available. It doesn't cost anything.
Right.
And one of the things Debbie always warns me about is the
All the
hidden.
O's. Yeah, the hidden
Yeah.
sugars. Yep. Hidden, all the OCs, the USs, the OCEs, OSC, USC, fructose, corn syrup. And you know what really, they try to tell you that stevia is really healthy for you, but if you look at the box, there's dextrose in with it. So even though you think you're getting a natural sweetener, you're still getting one of the OCs. So read labels very, very carefully.
Yeah, please. Because you want to do something really good for you and you don't want to spoil it by one little snacker doodle. Okay?
Right.
And Deb explained to me a long time ago, actually, when I first met her, why she doesn't eat between meals because she was one of those rare special people that got to have diabetes at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about this.
Yeah. When you have something in between your meals, it only makes this sugar craving cycle go more and more. So when you eat sugar, oh wow, you feel great. Okay, I can conquer the world. And then all of a sudden that blood sugar drops. You are tired. You're very fatigued. You don't want to do anything. And you get hungry. So then you go looking for food again. And a lot of people, and I did, you grab that quick sugar fix again because you want to feel that amazing. And it just repeats itself over and over and over. And your body just goes through a lot going through those highs and lows.
It really does. So
Yeah.
when you are free of sugar, you will
Mhm.
have a more even disposition.
That's right.
Okay, here's some helpers. You have helpers. And we're going to
Yes.
talk about these real briefly because
Mhm.
people are new to doTERRA and I want them to understand how valuable the tools they have right there in their little kits.
Yes.
The reason I love Slim and Sassy, it's not just about weight loss, it's about stabilizing your metabolism. If
Yes.
your metabolism has been sluggish because you have generations of yeast living with you, or you aren't drinking enough water on a regular basis, Slim and Sassy encourages you to drink water because it's most effective when you drink water. Like
Mhm.
5 drops to 6 ounces works really good. And DDR Prime is an amazing gift because as you're casting off cells you don't need anymore because you've created apoptosis between these two. That means a destination cell for fat that when you've eliminated the fat because you've stopped feeding it and you've eliminated sugar pockets because you've stopped feeding it, the DDR
Mhm.
Prime and Slim and Sassy work together to help motivate those cell destinations to break down, break camp, abandon ship, so that when you have an infrequent slip at some future date, you don't go crazy, right, Miss Deb?
That's right. Yeah, it doesn't evoke all those same cravings that you had before. And this combination is amazing. I use it all the time. I will never be without my DDR Prime. You know that.
Me
And
too.
the Slim and Sassy in the water really takes that edge off that craving. So
Yes.
when you have that craving, drink that water with that Slim and Sassy, and you're amazing. Like 5 minutes later, you're like, man, I can't imagine that I wanted to eat something. I feel great. So very helpful.
Right. And again, because we are casting off cells we don't need anymore, and we're
Hmm.
casting out ideas, old viruses, dead cells are leaving because you're not feeding them anymore. Remember, sugar feeds old viruses, even if they're being a little quiet, hanging out.
That's
Deep
right.
cyst is an amazing gift to your intestinal tract. It
Hmm.
helps organize and balance things that should be there and tags things that shouldn't so they can move on out. Bye bye.
Yeah, you know what's hard for people to understand is because it's happening inside of us, we can't see it. But when we talk about shedding, like, if you've gotten a sunburn and your skin starts to peel off, that's what's happening inside to all those ugly cells.
Yes, you're having extra cell shed when you're shifting
Hmm.
your way of eating. And it's not
That's
that you
right.
can't have 3 meals, it's not that you can't have 4 meals. What we're saying is the grazing is done because grazing,
Hmm.
your body is so busy continuously trying to digest and absorb that it never relaxes enough to do what we call repair and cleanse.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
repair is kind of like, that drawer in the office that collects those things nobody wants to deal with because it's too complicated or too frustrating. Or maybe they don't have drawers like that anymore. Maybe they have files on their computer. Silly me talking about drawers.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Anyway, if you feed your body what it needs during this 3 week period of time and you drink your water, okay, you will
Hmm.
be amazed at how the grazing isn't as important as it used to be.
So true.
And
So true.
supplement always with your food. Do not take your supplements on an empty stomach and say, oh, well, it's superfood. I don't need any food. Yeah, you do. Because your digestive juices don't recognize pills. It goes like, "Huh, what's that? Gotta have some food for me to work, honey. I'm old fashioned." Okay.
Hmm.
So take your stuff. There's
Yay.
before each meal. That helps break down the old news that's still hanging
Mhm.
out in your intestines back from when you had a emotional catastrophe. Because stuff hangs
Mhm.
out in nooks and crannies. And TerraZyme helps break down the old stuff so that you have a free-flowing intestinal thing going on.
Right. We want to benefit from the healthy things that we're going to put in our body. So TerraZyme helps us do that.
Yes. And this is a great list that Debbie found online for us. Tell us about it, Miss Deb.
Yeah, I like this. It put it all in perspective. So for 3 weeks, we want to eliminate sweeteners, white and brown sugars, syrups and agave, soda and diet drinks, any type of prepackaged sauces or condiments, cocktails and beer, prepackaged items that have added sugars, juice, your fruit juice, and even some of your green juices, and our refined grains, white bread, white rice, pasta, all loaded with sugar. You want to limit, which means once in a while and a little bit at a time, not a whole package, some dark chocolate.
I can't have a whole candy bar at the same time.
That's right. Yeah, especially those big giant ones they make now, right?
Dark chocolate. You know how I love dark chocolate. Ew.
Right. Limit fruit, except berries. You want to limit your starchy vegetables. So we're talking potatoes, carrots, peas. Limit your whole grains, quinoa, couscous, buckwheat, legumes, those beans, lentils, chickpeas. And we need to limit our alcohol. And actually, they suggest to 1 glass or better white wine, whiskey, vodka. Sue and I normally say try not to do any of it.
Alcohol for 3 weeks. Yeah. Come on, you can do it for 3 weeks. You know you can.
You can. So, okay, it sounds like we're telling you can't have anything. This is what you're going to focus on. Water, water, water. Leafy greens and other vegetables. We want healthy fats, nuts, avocados, olive oils, berries, and we want good clean proteins, organic foods like salmon, non-GMO tofu, grass-fed beef. Try to pick those healthier protein choices. But I love this because it did put everything in perspective for us.
Yeah, boiled eggs are fine. Celery's fine. Yes. Okay? There's lots of things you can eat. You just need to shop the outer walls of the grocery store. Don't go up and down the prepackaged aisles. Not a good idea.
And you and I always say, go search the vegetable department. Oh my gosh, the produce department has so many things I never knew existed. And now that I've tried them, I love them. So make it an adventure.
Like I put together for breakfast, I have 3 boiled eggs and I have berries. That's what I have for breakfast when I'm sugar-free. Mm-hmm. And that protein is fine. I'm not hungry then till it's time for lunch.
Right.
Okay, so you have to plan ahead. Boil your eggs, chop your celery. We told them about sugars. A flavored coffee. You know, if you go to 7-Eleven or Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or one of those places and you say, yes, I'm having a caramel macchiato. Honey, no, that is loaded with sugar and corn syrup. Very bad for you. Bad.
Yeah, and even Dunkin' Donuts supplies you with the sugar-free syrups. There's still bad things in those as well.
Yeah, they're not really sugar-free. They say they are.
They're not.
They're just not pouring gobs of sugar into your coffee, honey. They've been lying to you for years. Okay. Never forget that to forgive yourself is to release trapped energy that could be doing good work in the world. Remember, to judge and condemn yourself is a form of selfishness. Self-prosecution is never noble. It does no one a service. Because while you're saying, oh, that was stupid, oh, I could never learn how to do math, oh, I could never be a gymnast. When you're making that list, you're digging yourself a negative, dark hole. So what do you want to do then, Deb?
Well, we want to reach for our lovely oils. Use balance and serenity.
Right.
Around our core. Use affirmations. State that I'm free of harsh judgments of myself and others. And forgive yourself for believing misinformation about yourself. That's so important. I forgive myself for believing misinformation about myself.
Yeah, cancel the bullshit. Oh, sorry. Cancel the stuff that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, because every time you bring it up and you like criticize yourself about doing something wrong, you're bringing it to the forefront again. You just
Right.
want to forget about it. Let it go.
Playing the pain. Stop replaying it. It doesn't benefit you in any way. Listen to the other webinar we did last night on emotional triggers that often inspire poor eating choices. We talked about how sometimes in early childhood, if we weren't permitted to think our own thoughts, or if we tried to show initiative, we were punished. We learned to stuff food in our mouth rather than say anything out loud because of some form of corporal correction. So
Right.
you're an adult and you don't have to do anything any other adult tells you to do, because you have your own power to see you and to choose your happiness. You don't have to reach for the Ben and Jerry's. You don't have to reach for that dark chocolate bar and pour some caramel on it. Okay? Not necessary.
No. Okay. I love this. 15 ways to quit sugar without going crazy.
Yes.
You know what? One of the most important things is know what your enemy is. I know what my triggers are. I know what I want to reach for. So, of course, they are no longer in my house. Okay? I gravitate towards bread and I love anything chocolate. So, they're gone. So, know what they are. You want to watch out for double agents. A lot of the things that we have like oatmeal and yogurt, but some of it has hidden sugar in it, so look out for it. Again, watch for the fruits. Some of them are great, berries are wonderful, but a lot of them do have a lot of hidden fruits, and as Sue just said, especially if they're dried, dehydrated, it's more concentrated. It's worse than eating the fresh fruit. We want good bacteria to keep our stomach healthy. Switch your chocolate. Again, dark chocolate is really a better chocolate for you, but again, if it's a trigger, be careful. So you want to be aware of that. There's our lovely avocado.
Yes, it's great for your brain too.
Yes, Sue always told me that, and I never had it, and now that I've had it, I love it, and it really does make a difference. Great avocado. And as we talked about last night, really pay attention to your emotions while you're going through this, and try to figure out the reasons why a lot of us overeat. A lot of them deal with is the way we handle stress, loneliness, or upset. So we want to keep that in mind. What else do we need to know?
Well, be careful about understanding ads and marketing on nutrition and the lies they tell. A couple years ago, there was an ad on TV that celebrated, and there's corn syrup in here instead of sugar. And that ad got pulled within 2 days because everyone screamed, it's a lie. Okay? Corn
Yeah,
is sugar.
that's right.
And you're all intelligent consumers. Read the list.
Right. Yeah, and like we said, learn to decipher them. Find out, like Sue said, go online. Look at all the different names for sugar. There are so many, and every time we look, there's more added to it. Know what they are, because they will be written there in fine print on the sides of those boxes, even those that say sugar-free. Yep.
Right. You want to boost your serotonin. And one of the ways to do that is no carbs after 7 p.m. At night, and use cedar wood before you go to sleep, and drink water. All those things will boost your serotonin levels. If you're having ice cream at night, you're having French toast before you go to sleep, you're not helping your electrolyte or your cortisol balance. So you wake up crabby, hating the whole world.
Right. Yeah, and watch those carbs. Now, Sue and I, we were away recently in Australia, and everyone there was telling us, and we figured it out. Their bread does not have the sugar like ours does.
Oh, no.
It definitely was not sweet. And so people do eat some of that in moderation there. But for us, our bread products are loaded with sugar. So really, again, watch those carbs. And what do you always tell us to do, Sue? Get more what?
Yes.
Exercise.
Yes.
At least our 20-minute walks. Find yourself a Broomhilda that makes you do all these weird things. Stretching and pulling and lifting.
Are
And
so
get
good
fit.
for you.
It is good for you. And of
Right.
course, the last thing.
Yeah, you got to change your mindset. Set up a reward system that's not food based.
Yeah.
Our whole society is based on let's celebrate, let's go have ice cream and cake, let's have some more bread and butter, let's have a reward like that. No, give yourself a concert, go to a museum, paint pottery, go spend time with your favorite person and just laugh together.
Absolutely. Yep.
Drinking water is so important. I can't begin to tell you how important it is.
But it's important to have it at the certain time, at correct time, because it maximizes what it does to our body. And Sue always says, when you get up in the morning, drink water, and you do, it helps wake up your internal organs and things start to function better.
Yeah, it's really good for your serotonin, cortisol balance. It starts clearing out debris that collected during the night when your body was doing repair, because it could. And have another glass of water before you get in that shower. It lowers your blood pressure. Glass of water before going to bed keeps everything supple. People say, oh, I don't like that. I have to get up and pee anyway. No, if you drink enough water consistently during the day, a glass of water at night is not going to make you run to the bathroom. Not going to happen.
Right. Remember, your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. And Sue wrote, tell no one. And it's true. I learned my lesson. You know, you think that people are going to be supportive of what you're doing, and it doesn't always happen. They actually try to sabotage. Oh, come on, let's go out to for Applegate's for fresh ice cream, or let's go to the Cheesecake Factory. So when they see you meeting with success, sometimes they do try to sabotage it for you. So just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, sometimes family has good intentions, but change is scary. So just go on making good choices for you. Here's some blends and some affirmations that we really have found are very helpful to people when they're determined to change new patterns, to do new kind of shopping. Roman chamomile, black pepper, and geranium on the back of the neck, and then clearly state your intention. Clearly state your intention for your good health. Clearly state your intention for seeing clearly. And I have to tell you, Deb and I both get letters from people telling us, my gosh, I've only been off sugar for a week. I can't believe how my brain cleared. I didn't know I had brain fog until it went away. People tell us their pain that they've been taking Advil 6 or 8 a day for years, and even after 10 days, they've stopped taking Advil. So there are so many positive side effects to you just giving your body a vacation from sugar for 3 weeks. But you must declare your intention. Use your oils. They will support your intention.
Right, and we received that letter about the person who was in the past very creative and artistic and drew and painted, and she hadn't done it for years, and the little bit that she got off of sugar, her creativity started flowing, and she was thoroughly enjoying getting back to doing those arts and crafts projects again. So it is amazing what opens up when you cleanse your body of all that unnecessary sweet things.
Yeah, people have reported that they've stayed off sugar for 6 or 8 weeks, and they got their sense of smell back. They got their sense of taste back that they didn't realize had been diminished over time. So when you give your body a rest, it can get on about with making healthy, good cells, and you will be rewarded.
Mm-hmm. Remember that everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you have made. And if you want a different result, make a different choice.
You have the power. You have the power.
Da, 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 da.
You are rich, are content, and happy with what you have. See, if you're happy with who you are and what you're doing right now, celebrate it. Don't look for fault. Don't look for a problem. Celebrate your virtues. Say, I am content right now. I am happy right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, this is so true. There's a huge amount of freedom that comes to you when you take nothing personally. You know, we all tend to take comments and things really personally, and then we agonize over them. And if we don't do that, if we just accept that it was something that we did, there really is, it's a very freeing experience. You lighten the load, and maybe you won't go searching for that hidden stuff in the closet, you know?
And you know what? And if your focus is you have a problem, you're going to have a problem. If your focus
Mm-hmm.
is you're celebrating all the good things going on in your life, there will be more to celebrate. Now, I was
Yeah.
out walking, okay? And one of my friends suggested that I try stretching like this, and I explained to them my body was not designed to do that. But it is a good goal. Okay, it's a very good goal. What do you think, Miss Deb?
Well, just think of standing tree pose, okay? Remember what happens with that.
Yes, my tree falls down.
No, stretching is great, but I think in moderation, if you grew up stretching like that, it's probably a great idea. But if you did not, a little bit milder version might be might be better.
Right, but 20-minute walks at a continuous pace, thinking happy thoughts. The number of
Yeah.
people who go walking, like in my neighborhood, a lot of us go walking first thing in the morning now that we have some light. And the number of people on their phone, it's funny for me to watch their energy. It's just sort of chugging along. And the people who are just genuinely walking and looking around at Mother Nature and don't have any
Mm-hmm.
electronics going, they seem to be much more happy. So
Yes.
please choose your focus carefully. If you're on the phone, you're still processing somebody else's energy. Process your own energy, your own positive thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a heavy thought we covered last night, and I thought we should have it again today. Every
Okay.
time I judge someone else, I reveal an unhealed part of myself. So
Mm-hmm.
when you find yourself comfortable finger pointing, you need to consider, am I sensitive to this? Because maybe I need to change how I do these things. We just want you to consider it and use some more oils. Just grab any oil, just use it. And find something good to say about yourself.
Very true.
Okay,
That's
now
a good one, Sue.
do any of my friends buy their shoes the way I do? I put my foot in my mouth, and that's how I know the shoe fits. Okay. Sometimes I just nail people right up front and don't even realize it came out of my mouth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
when you're off sugar, the first 3 days in particular, you want to have some mechanism for what you think should not come out of your mouth, because the sugar demon is going to be disturbing you and going to be saying some bad things. And a lot of things are going to irritate you. So you could be like me and not talk to anybody for the first 3 days. I find that's helpful. Or if I talk to people, I say, now, I've gotten off sugar, right? It's day 2. Do you really want to talk to me? Okay. Give them a choice. Okay. Give them a choice.
I
Show them,
love it. I
Deb,
want to just frame that one.
yes. Show them your scars, dear. They'll understand. Okay.
Okay.
Only tell yourself the things you want to come true. So while you're walking and you're saying, hasn't it been 20 minutes yet? What you want to say is, I feel so much better. I am breathing deeper. I now recognize I need to get new shoes because these walking shoes are not serving my purpose at this time. It's amazing the things you become aware of when you're walking and only talking to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have complete control over what you think about.
Mm-hmm.
See? This was me
Yay!
last week with Brunhilde. Didn't I do good?
Okay.
I
You
can do
did
it.
great.
What you guys can't see under here, there's a nice trampoline, and I cheated. I got to jump off, okay? You can do this too. Okay.
Yeah, this is also true. If you don't like something, just take away its only power, which is your attention. So we're saying, divert your thoughts, change it, think of something else, get yourself off of those things that are taking away your interest in yourself, or you're criticizing or you're judging of yourself or others. Change it to something else. Find something fun.
And
Go
if
for
you're one of those really talented, solution oriented people, and you spend a lot of time on the phone with people fixing their problems, new rule. Okay. You've all seen my Mr. Maher. Here's a new rule. Only give advice if somebody particularly says, what do you think I should do? And then here's your answer. Your answer is, well, what would you like to have happen? What do you feel would be a good resolution for this? A, you can't win if you make a suggestion, because if it
Mhm,
works out well for them, they will lean on you and they won't have learned anything. If it
mhm.
doesn't work out well, they're going to be mad at you. And
That's
third,
true.
if you don't see any change in behavior, they're just wasting your time and energy. So,
Mhm.
what's going to happen now if people call you and want to go wham, wham, wham?
You don't do it.
Right. You have to get off the phone. It's not serving
Mhm.
you or them.
Right.
This is a list of things you can control: your thoughts, perspective, how honest you are, who your friends are, who you let through the front door, how often you exercise, the type of food you buy and bring home, how many risks,
Mhm.
how kind you are to others, how you interpret situations. Because stress is about how we interpret what's taking place and how we respond to it. As adults, we hopefully move from reacting to things we've been conditioned to do into initiating responses. And no response is a really good response sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah, you're right.
So recognize what you can control and accept responsibility for it, including how many pieces of carrot cake you're going to have after the 3 weeks is up. Oh no, wait, we're going to go color pottery. We're going to go paint pottery. We're going to go do one of those wine and paint things, and I will clean up for everybody and cheer you on.
Hey, Sue,
Yeah,
I think you could make a pottery piece of carrot cake and then you'll just be able to look at it and not be able to eat it. There we go.
I like that. I don't think it'll be quite as satisfying, but it would be better for me.
Yes, it would.
Okay. You will see in the world what you carry in your heart.
Mm,
So, again, if you have friends who want to call you with every new political hiccup that is not a balanced statement, you need to ask them to find a way to find virtues with what's going on in the world. You need to say,
mhm,
I don't want to hear the negativity. I don't want to hear your lack of optimism. You need to say, my heart is full of gratitude. My heart is full of appreciation for my friends and my family. And I
mhm.
can't hear this anymore, whatever the this is.
So true.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out to play. You can tell I stole this from somebody. Ha ha. Okay, the new book is out. It is shipping. Oilsharingtools.com is our distributor in the United States. And in Australia, it is Team Shanastar. John Croft and Noel Blanchard are wonderful. They're shipping the book all over Australia.
That's wonderful.
Questions are answered and webinars each week if you purchase the book. And the go to rumorsonthestreet@gmail.com.
Excellent. And that book is well worth it. It's great. Everyone has been writing and sending wonderful notes of appreciation on how much they've enjoyed it. I love reading them at our email address, and it is an amazing tool, and everyone has just been so thrilled with it. So check it out.
Yes, and we have secret handouts that go with the webinars. So you want to be part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for just getting off sugar. Just do a cold turkey. Don't even think about it. No, you can't use honey. No stevia, just like Debbie explained. Your cold turkey. That's how you reset your brain, and that's how you reset your body so that it goes through a tune-up for 3 weeks. Right. You can do this.
Right, and like we said, the easiest way for families, get the whole family on board. It's not going to hurt anybody, and they're going to learn to love food in a much different way. So, just cook for everyone, and it makes it much easier for yourself.
And thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing happy oil information. Take your supplements. Just do what is good for you, and you will be happier longer.
Yes. Thank you, Sue. Appreciate the information. Everyone take care.
Thank you, Miss Deb. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.